Here's a fact that will stun you. In some Asian countries, more than 80% of Canadian visa applications get rejected. Yes, you heard that right. 8 out of 10 people never make it past the visa officer's desk. Think about it. You spend months gathering documents, paying hundreds in fees, dreaming of Toronto or Vancouver, and then comes that cold email, visa denied. And here's the kicker. It's not just war-torn nations. Even countries with booming economies and strong ties to Canada are getting blocked. So why is this happening? And which country tops the list? Stick around because number 1 will absolutely shock you. Number 7, Nepal. Nepal is often seen as a peaceful, tourist-friendly nation. It is famous for the Himalayas and Mount Everest. But in 2025, the country faced massive unrest. Gen Z-led protests erupted after the government banned more than 20 social media platforms. By September, cities like Kathmandu and Pokhara had curfews. Clashes broke out, and chaos spread across the streets. At least 19 people died. Over 100 were injured. For Canadian visa officers, this is a warning sign. Political instability makes applicants appear high risk. If a country cannot guarantee safety at home, citizens might not return after their visa expires. Over 40% of Nepali youth are underemployed. Many join protests demanding jobs, reform, and an end to corruption. To Canada, that looks like a potential wave of overstays, not short-term visitors. Nepal is not at war. It is a functioning democracy with tourism appeal. Yet citizens face the same scrutiny as people from conflict zones. Young Nepalis call this unfair. Families who save for months see their dreams denied. Not because of paperwork, but because of politics. Should an entire generation be punished for events they cannot control? Number 6, Afghanistan. Afghanistan is one of the hardest countries to get a Canadian visa from. Decades of war, political collapse, and displacement make officers cautious. Since the Taliban returned to power in 2021, over 4 million Afghans have been displaced. Documentation is a major challenge. Many families cannot provide reliable bank statements, property records, or passports. Every missing or inconsistent document raises suspicion in Ottawa. Canada has welcomed tens of thousands of Afghan refugees under humanitarian programs. But ordinary visas, tourist, student, or work, are almost always rejected. Families seeking education or business face the same barriers as war-torn regions. Parents save for years, only to see dreams crushed with a single denial. Should Canada offer Afghan citizens a fairer chance? Or maintain strict policies in the name of security? Number 5, India. India is unique. It is Canada's top source of international students. Over 200,000 Indian students leave for foreign education each year. Many choose Canada. Yet Indian applicants face high rejection rates. Visa officers worry about overstays, financial fraud, and incomplete documents. Scandals involving fake admission letters and falsified bank statements have pushed rejection rates higher. Canada depends on Indian students for universities and the economy, yet thousands are denied as high risk. Refugees face rejections due to instability. India faces rejections due to volume and occasional fraud. Number 4, Iran. Iran's case is unique and deeply political. Since 2012, Canada and Iran have had no diplomatic ties. That single break means every visa application faces layers of suspicion. Officers can't easily verify records, so most files end up rejected. Sanctions make it worse. Bank statements, property records, even simple money transfers are tangled in international restrictions. To Canadian authorities, that looks like uncertainty, and uncertainty equals denial. Here's the paradox. Canada welcomes thousands of Iranians as asylum seekers, offering protection to those fleeing political or religious persecution. Yet, the same country almost always denies regular visas. Refugees find a path in while ordinary students, workers, and families hit a closed door. Applicants describe the process as humiliating. They say they are judged by politics, not by merit. Even qualified professionals with stable careers are refused not for lack of credentials, but because of the passport they carry. Number 3, Bangladesh. Bangladesh faces one of the steepest walls in Canada's visa system. The reasons are clear. High migration risk, weak or inconsistent documents, and a long history of refusals that makes every new application harder to trust. The numbers are striking. In 2024 alone, more than 30,000 Bangladeshi students applied to Canadian colleges and universities. Over 60% were rejected. That means thousands of young people invested savings, prepared paperwork, and still walked away with nothing but a denial. Here's the paradox. Canada already has a thriving Bangladeshi diaspora, doctors, engineers, entrepreneurs who contribute heavily to society. Yet fresh applicants from Dhaka or Chittagong face a wall of suspicion as if the success of their community abroad only makes the gate at home tighter. Local media often describes it as dreams denied at the border. Families sell property or take on loans to send their children abroad, hoping for education and opportunity only to be crushed by a single rejection notice. Number 2, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka might look peaceful today, but its past still casts a long shadow. The legacy of a brutal civil war and decades of asylum claims continue to shape how Canada views every new visa application. The numbers prove how deep those ties run. Nearly 200,000 Sri Lankans already live in Canada, a strong and successful diaspora. But that very success makes immigration officers cautious. They worry that new applicants might not return home, choosing instead to join relatives and eventually seek refugee status. Here's the paradox. Strong ties should make things easier. Instead, they make it harder. Students and families with genuine plans get caught in a cycle of suspicion, treated as if history will repeat itself. Many Sri Lankan families call it a visa trap. They spend savings on applications, believing their connections to Canada will help. Number 1, China. At the very top of the list sits China, and the reasons are as political as they are personal. Rising tensions between Ottawa and Beijing, espionage cases splashed across headlines, and deep security fears have all pushed rejection rates higher than ever. The numbers tell the story. Chinese students once dominated Canadian campuses, filling classrooms from Toronto to Vancouver. But in recent years, visa refusals have climbed fast, leaving many applicants stranded despite perfect grades and strong financial backing. Here's the paradox. China is Canada's second-largest trading partner. Billions in goods cross borders every year. Yet when it comes to people, trust is eroding. Trade may flow, but visas get blocked. Beijing has fired back, accusing Ottawa of politicizing visas and punishing ordinary citizens for diplomatic disputes. Families hoping to send children abroad for education now find themselves stuck in the middle of a global standoff. And that raises the biggest question of all. Will politics end up closing doors even for the world's largest economies? If China is hitting this wall, what could it mean for Canada's future ties across all of Asia? And that's the reality. Thank you for being with us and watching the video. Be sure to like, is invaluable to us. Thank you.